What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another video here at Domestic Automotive Authority. Today we're going to go over the all-new 2021 Dodge Dakota. So as many of you guys know, there's been quite a bit of noise in the mid-size truck industry here recently. Of course, Chevrolet came back out with the Colorado, Ford came back out with the Ranger, and Toyota's still been running their long line of Tacomas. And Ram's finally wanting to get a piece of the cake. So here recently, there's been a lot more talk of the brand new Dakota and some of the features that we might be able to see from it. So as far as we can tell, everybody's been saying that we're just going to have a scaled down version of the Ram 1500, which I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with. But the design features and everything like that, from what we can tell so far, literally just look like a smaller version of the 1500, which would be absolutely great. Now, we've heard a few other things too, seen a couple spy shots, and one of the spy shots actually showed independent rear suspension on one of the Dakotas. Now, I honestly believe that they were just using that as a test mule for the new Grand Wagoneer to test out its independent rear suspension. And I think what we'll actually see on the rear suspension of it is going to be the cool spring suspension with a live axle in the back. So it will be something different for, you know, the mid-size truck category. As far as we know, everybody else is using leaf springs in the rear. You know, Toyota, Chevy, Ford, they're all still using leaf springs just like they are on their 1500s. So just like we're using the cool springs on our 1500s, I'm sure it'll be carried on into our mid-size trucks as well. So there's been a lot of talk about what motor we're actually going to use in these. And from my personal opinion, I believe that the 3.6 liter will be the standard option. And I also believe that we're going to have our 3.0 liter Eco Diesel integrated into it as well. Now, the 3.0 liter Eco Diesel right now is putting out 260 horsepower, 442 foot-pound of torque. So that'd be quite a big step up from the other diesel mid-size trucks that we've seen so far. Of course, we've got the Gladiator for our mid-size category, but the price range on the Gladiators is just, it's so much higher than the other competitors. Now, the price on these Dakotas, I see a range of 25 grand as a base price up to about 55 grand loaded out. I'm sure we'll be able to reach 55 grand with a limited Longhorn edition, or maybe even a Dakota TRX. You never know, we might see something like that. But as far as the powertrains go, I'd like to see them introduce the 5.7 liter Hemi in it as well. I think the 5.7 liter would be just awesome to have in the mid-size truck. But I don't know if they'll take it that far for the start. You know, I've had a lot of customers asking me what I think the sales will be, and to be quite honest with you, I don't have that many people to ask for a mid-size truck, which of course I know we don't make one right now as far as Ram goes, but I don't think that many of my Ram customers are really that interested in the Dakota so far. And it may just be because they're not out and they're not asking about it, but since I've been here the past, well, over 2 years, I haven't heard that many things about the Dakota, or a lot of customers wanting to know about it. And even though they've talked about the new release of the Dakota, there's not been that many people asking questions. Now, aside from that, like I mentioned before, the price category, I think it will open up a bunch of doors for FCA, you know, in terms of what we can sell truck-wise, because I do have quite a few customers that come in, want a Ram 1500, can't necessarily afford one. So maybe I'll be able to switch some of those customers to our mid-size truck, which would be awesome, you know, because the Gladiator, you really don't have much room to swap or turn a customer over from a, you know, a $50,000 ride to a $45,000 ride. It's just not that much room. Now, as for the transmission, a lot of people have been asking about what transmission we're going to use in it. I think there's no other choice than our 8-speed automatic transmission that we use in the Gladiator, the Wrangler, really everything right now. The 8-speed's been doing extremely well, so I think it would be a no-brainer. Obviously, we're going to see the 8-speed automatic in it. Now, aside from that, some of the other trims, some people have asked me what trims I think we'll see in it, and to get started, I think we'll have a limited. I also believe that we're going to have the Bighorn. I know we'll have a Tradesman package, and aside from that, maybe we'll have a Laramie, like a Laramie Sport as well, more of a night package with the all black, which would be pretty wicked. Now, some people want to know if they're just going to put the 8.4-inch screen in it, or if they're also going to use the new 12-inch screen that we have here. And I do believe they'll use the Uconnect 4C, the new 12-inch screen, just because of, the customer feedback we've got from it so far has been absolutely amazing. Of course, there's a few glitches and stuff, but I do think that the 12-inch display is just wicked. It's absolutely insane. And as for the interior, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a scaled down version of the interior as well, which I'm definitely not going to complain about. I honestly think that we have the best in class interior for trucks, especially compared to, like Chevy and Ford. It just almost feels like Chevy especially just puts cheaper materials on the inside, which is fine. Some people are okay with it. But for me personally, getting out of a Ram, getting into a Chevy, it's really not much of a comparison at all. Now, for the actual size of the cabin, a lot of people have been asking questions, will it be more comparable to a Gladiator? Will it be more comparable to a Colorado? And what I think, the door styling and everything like that, it should be very similar to a Colorado. And in all honesty, I think it's going to be kind of like the Colorado body in the middle with the Ram 1500 in the front, Ram 1500 in the rear. Now, we've seen the taillights, so the taillights are almost the exact same as our Ram 1500 taillights. The headlights look almost the same as our 1500 headlights. The grille, almost the exact same. It looks, just like a little bit of a narrowed down version. But aside from that, we've not really seen too many interior pictures, so it kind of leaves us to guess. Now, as far as I know, there's no midsize truck right now that offers the full panoramic sunroof. I do think we'll introduce a panoramic sunroof to kind of get ahead of the game on that, because we introduce it in our 1500s and it does really well, but we all know that Ford also does it in their 1500s, and they don't do it in the Ford Rangers yet, as far as I know. Now, I could be wrong. If I am wrong, leave a comment and let me know. Show me some proof. So I just wanted to make a short video for you guys to tell you what I know and tell you what we can kind of expect on the new Ram Dakota. If you have any comments, suggestions, please drop it down below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, take it easy.